FrAuditor Mania. I love you so much. Thanks. You are so awesome. You are super. Eagle Nick says it. You are super. And I thank you.
Good afternoon. Oh, been a minute. Goodness. Life be life. Goodness. How are we doing this lovely afternoon? And it's funny because I said to myself yesterday, I said, look, work is stressful and it's like, I need just a few minutes around now to just step away. And I was like, well, duh, I have a show I can run. We back, baby. We live and we back. How's everybody doing on this lovely Wednesday afternoon? Oh, man, I missed you guys. So good seeing everybody. There was a perfect comment from Greg. Supreme Boss won't let him do it from home. That's right. The boss, the actual boss, the real boss. She's, 5 foot nothing thing, but she's not a big fan of the live streaming every day, but she's at work now. I'm at home. So Paul, are we broadcasting live from the mailroom? You know what? I tried, but no cameras inside, but one day I will do a live stream directly from the mailroom because that's all I'm apparently able to do in life. I'm not educated. I can't speak English. All I can do is sort mail according to certain people. Sure. Hey there, Joe, Doc Leno, the vegetarian carnivore. Yes, we see you. We see you on both of your accounts. There he is. Roundup, the oldest hombre on YouTube. What's up, buddy? Then the vegetarian I don't care what FrAuditors Mania says about you. You are awesome. Imagine plugging your own channel with your own sock account. Right. Sure. And go to Doc Lanu's story time. And I mean, if you're not subbed to Doc, why not? Go sub. His link is there. Can you pin it? Joe, here, hold on. Let me just pin it. Where is it? There you go. All right, Doc, your channel's pinned. Yeah, go subscribe to Doc if you're not already. I mean, Doc was on a roll for a while. I mean, he still is. I don't think he posts as many videos. Doc, let's get some videos, posted. That's really what builds your channel. I mean, live streaming is nice because it has nice engagement, but what really builds the size and growth of the channel is videos. So, put some more videos out, get you up to 500 subs. We'll celebrate it. For sure. Randy would be, imagine, God. Ugh, mailroom. Ugh, boy. Ugh. Let me take my pants off. Like, he would be so excited. My God. So, what are we doing? Guys? We talked about this last week. This is just a short show. We're just here to hang out for a couple seconds. We're not even going to be here half hour, 45 minutes. One, I can't afford to stay away. So I will say this. Some people were asking me, like, well, so what? We heard that you had a change in jobs, transition, yada, yada, yada. It's interesting because actually it's like I'm doing the same thing, but different. One, I'm working completely from home, which I love that, but I'm so much more busier than when I was working in the office. Because I'm in the office, I had interns working under me. Secretaries were able to do stuff for me. Simple things just like sending faxes out, making copies. I was able to do that or have somebody else do that for me because I just whatever, I'd worked my way up, at the firm I was at. But now it's like I'm doing all that myself because I work from home and it's not billable. Fortunately, I'm salaried, but it's not billable. So it's like I feel like I'm only doing like 6-7 billable hours, but I'm working like 11 hours a day. So, it has its pros and cons, but it's very similar. I went from primarily working in civil litigation. Now I'm doing a lot of will and estate stuff, which is fine. It's similar, but it's different. It's all the same thing. It's all the same thing when it comes to putting forms together, filling out information, drafting pleadings, yada yada. It's just a completely. It's still the pros. It's just a different sport, if that makes sense. But I'm figuring it out, and everyone's really, everyone's very supportive. I love it. I'm able to get a bit more rest, which is good. So, over time, once I learn this work balance, it's going to be great. And, Doc and I were talking yesterday. Yeah, I would be goofing off. I would be. I definitely was goofing off. But interesting enough, Doc and I were chit-chatting yesterday. We're thinking about doing a 12-hour stream because both of us, even though we're both working, we both have times where we're at home for a period of time. So we could probably work something out. So look for that. I mean, holidays are coming up. People are going to be available. Let's work something out. Now, what happened? Wait a minute. That was really weird what just happened. Okay. I feel like my whole thing just crashed. It didn't. Okay. Yeah, so to quote Judge Simpson, what are we doing? Well, I think this is a perfect video for today because I was there we go. Because I work as an independent journalist, mainly post offices and courthouses. Yeah, Peck, that sounds like you. Oh, Pecker. Bookie Worm, hi, Bookie Worm. Fraud Roundup, is that like pesticide for frauders? You still need to get rid of the dumb waiter and the lizard. Oh my goodness. How is for public safety in TIP? How are they still? They're only, imagine some big old drunk hillbilly and his girlfriend, his lady, whatever he calls her, whatever she is to him, in the boondocks in the middle of nowhere, having this much internet publicity. Like it's so like we are the only reason Chris exists. Kaiser's been in jail for who knows how long. I have no idea how long it's been. Like almost a year now, I want to say. Right? So we're the only reason that he exists. But Bookie Worm, I've been yelled at by Chris. Chris has come on this show, and he has just gone on his slurs and his rants. I wouldn't be surprised if it's a bit of both. I know he's a druggie, but he says he doesn't drink. I'm pretty sure he can knock a few down. I'm pretty sure. Swag. Bang muck. What's up, buddy? All right. Let's it's funny. We're talking about drug addicts, right? Hey there, David. 9 months or so. It's been a minute. Yeah, so Carolina Fort Worth, I think, is a good conversation. David, I know, David, she makes you very proud to say you're from Fort Worth. Carolina, for those that don't know, David person despises Carolina. I know that for a fact. Yeah, she probably did one of the dumbest things I've ever seen a frauditor do, and that's saying a lot for frauditors. But to go, let me change so you guys can actually see. There we go. Yeah, she probably did one of the dumbest things I can imagine someone on probation would do, and that is go public on a public platform and tell the world that you're using drugs. What? And the thing is, she probably was under the influence in this moment. I haven't watched this video specifically for the reason I wanted to react live. But logically, right? And that's what we're talking about. Thinking about it logically. These are the people that want society as a whole to sit back and take what they say as I don't even know how to put it. Like, they want people to look at them and say, I want to be like you. And I'm thinking to myself, why would I want to be like any of you? Because I am a hardworking taxpayer. Have been working since 18, paid my taxes every year. Yeah. But then these guys, no jobs, no employment, criminal records, on probation, drug addicts. Look at someone like me and say, I'm a loser. Now, Carolina. Oh, hey, now we're talking. David Person, 18 months you've been a member. I've members for 18 months? Goodness. What a ride. Message. How much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck all the crap that Carolina pours out her pile every day? That's funny. But yeah, so you have people like Carolina. I cannot stand listening to her talk. And I'll just say, she's annoying. But when I saw the topic of this video, right, and I saw what, well, I kind of got the gist of what it was about, it did not surprise me one bit. I know everyone's telling me what the video is about. I have an idea what the video is about, but I want to watch it. I want to see it. But again, going live and admitting something so stupid, it just makes no sense to me whatsoever. Let's get started with the video. This is from NCR's channel. I can't find, I know she took it down. And I thought I saw like 3 or 4 other channels covered, but I couldn't find it anywhere. It's the only person I could see that covered it. Maybe Blackheart covered it. I'm not sure. Well, first off, Stefan, great to see you. And look, maybe it is her being under the influence that caused her to no longer be able to be a teacher. I mean, look at the education system is brutal. So there are some people, unfortunately, that will succumb to things like that. But again, I have nothing but compassion for someone that goes through a rabbit hole, like that kind of is in a dark place and whatever. I've been there. I get it. But then when you go out and just harass people, literally commit crimes just because you're so desperate for attention for an internet audience. Yeah. And that is my work phone ringing. All right, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to start this video. I got to go get that. I'm going to start this video and yeah, have a look.
Some people probably still believe in me. What's going on, people? Okay, trolls, start recording. Start recording, trolls.
If you insist.
Yeah. So a lot of you are upset with me because that you guys are saying, "Oh, we're not going to help her because she tested dirty." Yeah, I tested dirty. If you want to know what I tested dirty for, it was for pain medication for my headaches. So sorry. I get really bad migraine headaches, and sometimes I take codeine for them, Tylenol number 3s. And there was just a tiny bit of pain medicine. So yeah, right now I get headaches really bad. I have really bad headaches, and I have ringing in my ears. And I apologize for testing dirty for pain medication.
Shenanigans.
Na 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 na.
Shenanigans.
Na 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 na.
And we're calling shenanigans, folks, because she's not sorry she tested dirty. She's only sorry she got caught. You see, when you're on bond or probation or parole, you can be subject to random drug testing. And most drug tests are done by urinalysis. Now, there are some cases where they may need to do a blood draw or a hair follicle test. But why would they need to do this? If a test is going to come back as dirty with a prior notice, they would need to do one of those other 2 testing for advanced testing to make sure it's what they say it is. What do I mean? Well, Caroline has just told us that she suffers from migraines and she's prescribed a medication. If she tells her bail bondsman, her parole officer, or whoever's doing the testing that I take this medication and it's going to be in my system, they would need proof of that. She would provide her prescription, she would provide a doctor's note or a hospital discharge form notifying them that yes, she received these medications through legitimate means and they will be in her system. But if they are not prescribed to her and she does have them in her system, that would be enough grounds for them to revoke her bond because she had violated the conditions of her bond.
So, plus I do take diet pills, but the diet pills I don't think tested in there. I think it's the pain medication that got me, because the diet pills I don't think had anything in it. Plus I had Sudafed. That tests sometimes for amphetamines too. But I'm sorry that I get headaches, and I'm sorry that people think that I'm a drug addict. But anyways, I'm out. And that's what I wanted to say. So if you're one of the trolls that want to record this and put this on your video, yeah, you can use your thumbnail. I haven't had it. I've been stuck in jail since Friday. Just got out. Go ahead and record this, and let all your viewers know I tested dirty for pain pills. Go ahead. Yes, I took pain pills for my migraine headaches that I've been getting for a year.
So you are taking pain pills for your headaches. Again, you would notify your bail bondsman or your parole officer or probation officer that you're taking these medications. There's a hole in your story that's so large a semi can drive through it. But now you've also admitted that you've been taking diet pills, which most diet pills do contain ephedrine, which is a stimulant to help keep people going, to help burn fat or keep them energized to work out more. And you're also saying you took Sudafed, and Sudafed does contain a stimulant inside of it as well. So if you're taking pain pills and you're taking the stimulants to help more and likely keep you awake and alert while you're doing your audits, it would explain a lot of your behavior, the rapid speech, the fidgeting, the constant moving back and forth, the ability not to be able to sit still. It seems like you're using the pain pills maybe for legitimate reasons. I don't know her full medical history, but if she's abusing the pain pills, she's using the diet pills and the Sudafed, which both have stimulants in them, to help keep her awake and alert, but are dealing with the side effects from them.
So, hello everybody. Hi everybody. So a lot of people didn't want to help me this time, to get me out and everything. That's Manuel Mata. If you think that, oh, we're not going to help because she tested dirty, I'm sorry that I get migraine headaches and took some pills for that. I'm sorry. So that's probably the troll saying that. But see, when you have migraine headaches, they're not very fun. And in order just to move your head, and just to move your head, you have to get some kind of pain pills.
With all due respect, what the fuck are you talking about?
It's not about you getting migraines and testing dirty for that. It's the fact that you tested dirty and you didn't give your bondsman or probation officer a heads up. Now, if you take a medication, you need to give your bondsman or probation officer a heads up on this, or even your employer when they do randomized drug testing, because a false positive can be found by certain medications. There are some blood pressure medications on the market that can make it test positive for methamphetamine or other stimulants. There are some medications out there that can test positive for THC, even though you do not smoke or imbibe any THC gummies or any other edibles. The issue is you didn't notify your probation or parole or bondsman, which only leads us to speculate that you took these drugs illegally. You did not have a prescription for them. That's why a lot of people are saying and not wanting to help you on that. It's because you have misled these people. You're saying that you're this good, upstanding person, but yet you're abusing narcotics. And if you have a drug problem, I pray for you to get help. I'm not trying to rag on you or make fun of you. If you have a serious addiction problem, I suggest you talk to your bondsman and see if you can get counseling for that.
So yeah, and I had some diet pills probably in there too. But mainly, it was for the codeine. So that's all I wanted to say is that I'm out. For all the people who care, I'm out. I'm also.
I literally had to. I mean, I'm still. My boss just called me again. I think I should answer. I don't want to just play the video. Play the video. Oh wow, where to begin with all of this? And I'm just. Let's just go with what. Let's just go with the comments. First of all, Peck, member for 9 months. The Maniac drugs are bad, okay? So, people are saying she has all these problems, but still can fraud it. I wonder if she was messed up in the head accident. I mean, I will tell you, I think you have to be on some form of recreational drugs to do this auditing the way they do it. I don't know how it's possible to go out and just be a public nuisance without being intoxicated. Juan the Mize, I believe he's fully on drugs when he goes out and audits, when he loses his mind. He has to be. I wouldn't be surprised if that's the case. I really wouldn't. Yeah, you can look at her. You can tell. She's not right in the head here. She's not in the right mind space. I mean, look at her. I mean, I could tell when she was. I mean, I could tell if she wasn't on drugs, she would be a very attractive woman in her 60s. I could tell, but like she just looks so like, I can't describe it. But yeah, this is bad. You can tell. David Person said, drug addiction is the one thing I might have some sympathy for with her because of the disease. Unfortunately, she also has arrogant narcissism, also almost a disease. Which is, again, you make a choice. Everything has consequences. And again, we can separate the two issues. We can separate the auditing as an issue, and then we can separate the drugs as an issue. But I want to combine the two because at this point, actions have consequences, right? They do. And she is someone that would not have any compassion for anyone else. Oh my God, look at that public official. Look at him being a tyrant. He's being a tyrant. He's on drugs. I don't care. It just goes to show, like, they come at us upstanding citizens. Like, I don't have a criminal record. I don't take any form of drugs. Right. But according to them, we're the problem. And I'm just looking. She's in her 60s and has no health care or money or a doctor. Look. Yeah. And this is why it's tough to have sympathy for her. One of the most vile and disgusting things I've ever seen done. You see these prank channels, these punk kids do stuff like this and be canceled. Her audience applauded it. Let's play on before I get fired. I gotta call my boss back. I'm sorry, guys. This is not gonna be much of a stream. Like I said, it's lunchtime, but apparently not everyone takes lunch at 12, so whatever. Anyway, let's play on.
For the trolls, you can put this in your, go ahead and screen record it, I guess. And here's the famous words you can use. I tested dirty. Put it in there. Yes, I tested dirty. I'm coming clean. I tested dirty. I sure did, and that's why I got put in jail. I tested dirty for codeine, which is a pain pill for my headaches that I get. And I don't know what else I tested dirty for, but I'm pretty sure it was the codeine. Because they don't really tell you what you get tested dirty for. They just say you're tested.
That's cap. Totally cap. That means lie.
That's BS. They tell you have a printout report of every drug that's in your system. And they tell you what's in your system. They have to take you to a doctor to be medically evaluated, and it's documented. Otherwise, that on its value, that would make no sense. No sense whatsoever.
But I had taken some pain pills a couple nights before for my headaches. So I'm sorry I get headaches. I'm sorry, but I'm out. I am out. So I appreciate y'all coming in. For those of you who say, oh, we're not going to help because she tested dirty. I tested dirty. I did. For codeine, pain pills, pain relievers. I sure did. Because you try to live with these headaches. You try to live with this ringing in your ears. You try to live with that and see what happens to you.
I do. I suffer from chronic migraines. Twice a week, at least. Let me tell you something. I don't need to get doped up on pills. Maybe I take a very conservative approach to it, but that's BS. All because you have bad headaches. You have a right to overdose on drugs. Not overdose, but get to take excessive drugs. Total BS. Total BS.
That's what you want to take.
And it's almost like she's celebrating this. You know what I mean? It's almost like she's like, yeah. Like she's like, and why do you have to publicize this? I don't. You're so desperate for attention. You're publicizing something that really should not be publicized. But I digress.
Then I had some diet pills too, but they were over the counter, and so was the Sudafed. I think the Sudafed tested in there too. The Sudafed and the Hydrocot diet pills, but those were over the counter. But the thing that they didn't like was the codeine. The codeine. And you're not supposed to take anything when you're on this, but sorry.
And another lie from Caroline. Now, you see, this is something that she's trying to make herself seem like she's the victim. But no, if you are requiring a prescription pain medication, something that would have a narcotic in it, like codeine or opioids, you would tell the person that you're dealing with, be it your bail bondsman, your probation or parole officer, saying that, hey, I need these medications. I have this condition. They would say, could you provide us documentation that you have a valid prescription? Yes, you hand it to them. If you tell them, hey, I take blood pressure medications, or hey, I take this for neuropathy, or I suffer from this ailment and I take these medications, and they can test dirty on drug tests, they can give false positives for certain things, then they would say, okay, we need to see a valid prescription, and then they would go from a urinalysis to more than likely a blood draw or a hair follicle test. To say that you can't take these medications, or not allowed to take these medications, or shouldn't be able to take these medications while you're on probation, parole, or on bond is a flat out lie. You can take them if you are lawfully prescribed them.
So yes, I tested.
And also, you don't know what type of accommodations they'll make in the jail. I mean, if you are in a situation where you need the specific medication for migraines that she suffers from, allegedly, there could be some form of a substitute. The jail is not filled with tyrants, contrary to public belief, to the majority's belief, apparently. Like, if you have a condition and you need some form of a remedy, they'll work with you. You have to communicate it, though, and not try and play victim. I think the NCR put it perfectly. At this point, she's trying to play victim, but victim by who? From who? How are you a victim here? Ugh.
I tested positive for pain pills. So there you go. Who's asking for help? I had no idea what's even happening. Yeah, Manuel Mata was asking for help. He was with me when I got arrested. And he said he went online and that nobody wanted to help with the bond because I was a drug addict. Okay. But yeah, I'm taking every once in a while. I get pain pills with codeine in them and something else that's not supposed to take. Oxys something. But anyways, they're the only things that help with my headaches. And since I can't go to the doctor, I can't afford to go to the doctor, and I can't afford to go get prescriptions because I have no insurance. I take them from people who help me with them, who hand them to me, who have extra from their staff.
Dumb. Let's listen to her admit again.
But anyways, they're the only things that help with my headaches. And since I can't go to the doctor, I can't afford to go to the doctor, and I can't afford to go get prescriptions because I have no insurance. I take them from people who help me with them, who hand them to me, who have extra from their stash. So
you're openly admitting. You're overly admitting. First off, why you would use the word stash? That makes it sound even worse. Like, that's so dumb. So dumb. Sure, you take medication from friends that give you medication because you can't afford insurance. I don't know why you'd admit to that. On its face value, it sounds completely disingenuous. Like, what else are you taking? What other drugs are you possibly taking? But still, that's so. I don't understand why you would publicly admit that, especially being, yeah, Peck. The plot thickens. Honestly, it just makes zero sense whatsoever. And by the way, there are means. What you don't have insurance. There are means to get insurance if you're low income. There are plenty of resources available for people if you know how to use them. But hold on, you're supposed to be an educator of the public. You're supposed to know about rights and laws and all that. But you can't get insurance paid by the state. You can't. You know, it just a lot of question marks there. A lot of question marks. Stranger, she's old enough for Social Security too, but there's a bunch of requirements and hoops you have to hop through if you're going to qualify for Social Security once you reach that age. I know, and in some cases, and then she has. I mean, for all she can file for SSD, Social Security Disability, or SSDI, even if she has a debilitating disability or injury. Like, you have to prove in that case that you cannot work in any capacity. But if she's not working, I don't know. I don't know. Send this video to the probation office. I'm sure it has been, which is probably why she took it down. But once you put something on the internet, there's no taking it back.
Lying yet again due to the fact that if she doesn't have the funds to pay for a doctor or get private insurance, she can always apply through the state or the county that she resides in and get state provided benefits that would cover doctor's visits and medications.
Which by the way, as these auditors like to say, their taxes, quote unquote, pay for. Oh, that's right. I forgot. You don't pay taxes.
She makes enough money from her videos and live streams alone to cover a doctor's visit and insurance. See, every YouTuber has an RPM. That's how much you make per 1,000 views. And I've looked at Caroline's videos and live streams for the last 3 weeks. And I used my current RPMs for the videos, which is $8.62. For a total from the last 3 weeks, she's made $258. But if you use my current RPM for lives, because everyone has a different one, which mine is currently sitting at $36.03. In the last 3 weeks from her live streams alone, she's made over $12,000. So if you were to go back a month and look at all of these and add them up with the current RPMs, she would have enough money to pay for a doctor's visit. But she's taking illegal medications because she doesn't have these ailments. She more than likely has an addiction problem and needs to get serious help for that.
I agree. That's well said. Now the numbers I believe are a bit off. I have to look. I don't think she's made that much off of live streams. Live streams really don't pay much. As someone that was live streaming every day, that was getting 1,500, 2,000 views a live stream almost 2 years ago. Like, I don't get any views anymore live streaming, which is fine. But back then, even then, I barely made any money on live streams. So I think the numbers might be a bit off, but still, again, she has the ability to seek treatment and help. But as NTR stated, it's more of a having an issue. And that's a problem. Because again, you're encouraging, you're almost like making excuses to your audience why you got busted. And these ailments that you have, there are remedies for. You're just choosing not to use them, if they even exist. Oops.
Put up so we'll be in the shade.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea. If it starts.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, all hail the almighty Boot.
My car's been sitting here for like 4 days. So.
What happened? Oh.
So this video is exactly for the trolls. It's for the trolls. So that, oops, let's see if they know how to. Okay, so this video is for the trolls who want to spread around that I'm a drug addict. Here's something for your video.
The trolls aren't the ones spreading this. You are. You put this video out unnecessarily. You're the one that live streamed this. And I'm pretty sure she probably was getting flamed in her comments. People were probably saying, you're the one that posted this. Like, you're the reason why people are making these accusations.
Hi, my name's Carolina, and I took drugs. I took headache pills, codeine, and I also took some other things to make my head feel better. So there you go.
And here's the thing. If you took other things to make your head feel better, but you don't know what they are, how do you know they helped your head? You just admitted that you just took random stuff from your friends. What's the terminology? From your friends' stashes, not even knowing what they were. Right? She admitted that. But again, trying to play victim. Oh, I was taking drugs for my head. Drugs I don't even know what they're called or what they do. That's concerning.
I don't have the channel. Can someone link it? Okay, so that's all I came to say is for those people who believed in me, thank you. For those of you who understand and have headaches, thank you.
And we're going to hear, folks, because she's trying to throw herself a pity party, and I'm not going to pity her. If she has a true addiction problem, I will pray that she gets into recovery to get the help she needs, but other than that, I will not give her any sympathies. She has means to get legitimate medications if she's suffering from these problems, but she's willfully denying it. She's admitted that she's getting drugs from people who are not licensed physicians, who are just giving her what they have so she can, quote unquote, treat her headaches. I'm not buying that. I'm more on the end of believing that she has an addiction problem and needs to get help. So if you guys like this video, please.
All right. So a lot to unpack there, as you can see. Yeah. Other things, quote unquote. I was taking pills for my headache and other things. Right. Diet pills, right? Yeah. How about this logic? The pills. Okay. The pills were prescribed to someone, so it has to be okay for me to take. It's just, again, and NCR puts it well. You're someone that's trying to create the narrative that you are a victim when you are not the victim, because of the fact that there are means to help you if you actually have a debilitating injury or condition. But she's choosing to take the route. I'm a victim because I can't get help, so I'm just going to take random drugs from people's stashes. Absolute nonsense. Oh, great. I just was assigned 2 tasks, and I missed another call. Ugh. Okay, guys. Lunchtime with Will was fun. Yeah, Carolina. I mean this was all sincerity. I hope you seek help because it's clear that you are addicted to drugs, which, look, it is what it is. This is my best. This is the best one. Who diagnosed her? WebMD, MD. Be careful. If you go on the internet and self-diagnose yourself, you'll find that you have stage 4 liver cancer when you have a common cold. Goodbye, everybody. Great seeing everybody for lunchtime. We'll try and not be as stressful, and I'll try not to have to rush as quickly, but you're working. So bye.
Now everybody say goodbye for about the 7th time to the newest Frauder Mania YouTube handle he has created. Go create you a few more, because Eagle Nick Audits is fixing to send you out the door.
Oh, what an assault.
Fuck you up. Say my mom again, bro. Say my mom again. Say my mom again, bro. Say my mom again. Say it again, bro. Say it again. Get the fuck out of here. Fuck out of here. Wait.
Are you serious right now?
Let's go.
Don't you touch me. Don't you put hands on me. This is a lawsuit, sir.
Okay.
Everybody see what's happening? Look at this.